everyone, welcome back to Storytime with me. Today I haven't since it's National Hearing Day. I figure what perfect to read another Dr. Seuss book, Horton Hears a Who, which I'm pretty sure you all know. Have you guys seen the movie or read the book? So I figured this would be a perfect time, perfect to read this. So if you have this book at home, come read with me. So today's story is going to be Horton Hears a Who by Dr. Seuss. So let's get on to it. On the 15th of May in the jungle of Newell, in the heat of the day, in the cool of the pool, he was splashing and enjoying the jungle's great joys when Horton the elephant hears a small noise. See, there he is, cooling off in the water. That's a perfect time to cool off during the summer. So Horton stopped splashing. He looked towards the sound. That's funny, thought Horton. There's no one around. Then he heard it again, just a very faint yelp, as if some tiny person was calling for help. I'll help you, said Horton, but who are you? Where? He looked and looked. He could see nothing there but a small peck of dust blowing past through the air. See, there's the peck of dust. And Horton's like, what is that? So let's find out what it is. I say, murmured Horton, I never heard tell of a small peck of dust that is able to yell. So you know what I think? Why, I think there must be by someone on top of the small peck of dust. Some sort of a creature of a very small size, too small to be seen by an elephant's eyes. See, there it is right there. Yeah, because Horton can't see it. Some poor little person who was shaking with fear that he'll blow into the pool. He had no way to steer. I'll just have to save him because of all. A person's a person no matter how small. And he's right, look. See, that's the person right there. So gently and using the greatest of care, the elephant stretched his great trunk through the air, and he lifted the dust speck and carried it over and placed it down safely on a very soft clover. Yep, see, there it is, look. That's why the Horton is pointing that right there. Humph, humphed a voice. 'Twas a sour kangaroo, and the young kangaroo in her pouch said, humph, too. Why that speck is as the head of a pin, a person of that. Why there has been. And look, and there's a kangaroo pointing to the speck of dust. Look like they're teasing him. So believe me, Horton, I'll tell you seriously, my ears are quite keen, and I hear him quietly clearly. I know there's a person down there. What's more, quite likely there's 2, even 3, even 4, quite likely. A family, for all that we know, a family with children just started to grow. So please, Horton said as a favor to me, try not to disturb it. Just please let them be. See, that's right there. I think you're a fool, laughed the sour kangaroo. And the young kangaroo in the pouch said, me too. You're the biggest blamed fool in the jungle of Newell. And the kangaroos plunged into the cool of the pool. What terrible splashing, the other frowned. I can't let my very small persons get drowned. I've got to protect them, and I'm bigger than they. So he plucked up the clover and hustled away. See there they go, splashing in the water. And he's like, oh, I better protect them. So, though the highest jungle's treetops, the news quickly spread. He talks to a dust speck. He's out of his head. Just look at him walking with that speck on that flower. And Horton walked, worrying almost an hour. Should I put the speck down? Horton thought with alarm. If I do, these small people may come to great harm. I can't put it down. I won't. After all, a person's a person, no matter how small. And he's right. So he's walking around, and everyone else is like pointing to him, like thinking that he's crazy or something. Then Horton stopped walking. The speck voice was talking. The voice was so faint he could barely hear it. Speak up, please, said Horton. He put it to his ear. My friend, came the voice. You're a very fine friend. You helped all of us folks on this dust speck no end. You saved all our houses, our ceilings, our floors. You saved all our churches and grocery stores. Yep. See, there it is. Look. Listen to Kid put that to his ear. You mean, Horton? You mean, Horton gasped. You have buildings in there too? Oh, yes, piped the voice. We mostly certainly do. I know, called the voice. I'm too small to be seen, but I'm mayor of a town that is friendly and clean. Our buildings to you would seem terribly small, but to us, we aren't big. We are wonderfully tall. My town called Whoville, for I am a Who, and we Who's are thankful and grateful to you. And Horn come back to the mayor of town. You're safe now. Don't worry. I won't let you down. See, look. See right there. Almost like the Whoville from How the Grinch Stole Christmas. But just as he spoke to the mayor of the speck, 3 big jungle monkeys climbed up Horton's neck. The Wickersham brothers came shouting, "What rot this Elvis talking to the Who's who are not? They aren't any Who's, and they don't have a mayor, and we're going to stop all this nonsense." So there. Uh-oh. See, they're climbing up the trunk, and they knew he knew something's up. They snatched Horton's clover. They carried it off to a black-bottomed eagle named Valid Gigolf. A mighty strong eagle of very swifty ring, and they said, "Will you come and get rid of this thing?" And before the poor elephant could speak, that eagle flew off with a flower on his beak. Uh-oh. I wonder where he's going to take that. I wonder where he's going to take that. But Horton needs to act quickly. All late afternoon and far into the night, that black-bottomed bird flapped his wings in fast flight while Horton chased after with groans over stones that tattered his toenails and battered his bones, and begged, "Please don't hurt them, all my little folks, who have as much right to live as us bigger folks do." But far behind him, that eagle kept flapping. Official called back, "Quit your yapping. I'll fly the night through. I'm a bird. I don't mind. And I'll hide this tomorrow where you'll never find it." See, there he goes chasing after the bird. That's a good deed Horton's doing. And at 6:56 the next morning, he did it. It showed the terrible place that he did. He let a small clover drop somewhere inside of a great patch of clovers 100 miles wide. "Find that," sneered the bird, "but I think you will fail." And he left with a flip on his black-bottomed tail. Oh dear. Look at all those clovers and where he's dropping it. So I guess it's up to Horton to figure out where could it be. "I'll find it," cried Horton. "I'll find it or bust. I shall find my friends on my small peck of dust." And clover by clover, with care, he picked up and searched them. "Are you there?" But clover by clover, he found that one he sought for was just not around, and by noon, poor Horton, more dead than alive, had picked, searched, and piled 9,005. Whew, he must be searching all over the place. Well, I hope he finds it soon. So, then on through the afternoon, hour after hour, till he found them at last. "One, the 3rd millionth flower. My friends," cried the elephant, "tell me, do tell. Are you safe? Are you sound? Are you whole? Are you well?" And he's relieved that he found it, and he's checking in to see if they're okay. Yep. From deep down on the speck came the voice of the mayor. "We've really had trouble, much more than our share. When that black-bottomed birdie let go, we dropped. We landed so hard our clocks had stopped. Our teapots are broken. Our rocking chairs smashed, and our bicycles' tires are blue when we crashed. So Horton, please," plead that voice of the mayor's, "will you stick up by Who's while we're making repairs?" "Of course," Horton answered. "Of course I will stick. I'll stick up by you small folks through thin and through thick." See, look, when that bird dropped it, everything was broken. So Let's say Horton's gonna do a good deed. Humph, humph, a voice. For almost 2 days you've run wild and instead are chatting with persons who never existed, such carry-ons on peaceable jungle. We have quite enough of your belonging buggle. And I'm here to state, said the big kangaroo, that your silly nonsensical game is all through. And the young kangaroo in her pouch said, me too. Oh, with the help of the Wensleydale brothers and dozens of wishing uncles and cousins and in-laws who helped Ivan Gage, you're going to be roped and you're going to be caged. And as for your dust speck, ha, they will be boiled into a hot steaming kettle of bees nut oil. Boil it, gas Horton. All that you can't do is full of persons. They'll prove it to you. Mr. Mayor, Horton called. Mr. Mayor, you got to prove now that you're really there, so call a big meeting. Get everyone out, make everyone who holler, make everyone who shout, make everyone who scream. If you don't, every who is going to be end up in the Bill's nut stew. Oh dear. Now's his chance to stand up for himself. So yeah, so he's calling to the flower. So I wonder what's gonna happen. And down on the death spec, the scared little mayor quick called a big meeting in Hoover Town Square, and his people cried loudly. They cried out in fear, "We are here! We are here! We are here! We are here!" Yeah, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're all doing. So let's see what happens. The elephant smiled. That was clear as bell. You kangaroos surely hear that very well. All I heard, snapped the big kangaroo, was the breeze and the faint sound of the wind far through distant trees. I hear no small voice, and you didn't either. The young kangaroo in her pouch said, "Me too." They grab him! They shouted, and the cage and the big dope. Lassoed his stomach with 10 miles of rope, tied the knot so he'll never shake loose, then dunk that dumb speck in the bee's nut juice. Horton fought back with a great vigor and vim, but the Wickersham gang was too many for him. They beat him, they mounted him, they started to haul him to the cage, but managed to call to the mayor, "Don't give up, I believe in you all. A person, no matter how small, and you're very small, you will not have to die if you make yourselves heard. So come on now and try." So as you can see, everyone else is trying. So, and the kangaroos, those two were like, they're trying to get him in there. So let's see what happens. The mayor grabbed a tom-tom. He started to smack it. And all over Whoville, they whooped it. A racket. They riled tea kettles. They beat on brass pans, on garbage pail tops, and old cranberry cans. They blew on bazookas and blasted great toots on clarinets, on pads and boom pads and flutes. See? They're not giving up. They're not giving up. So, see, they're making noise, proving to everyone. Yep. The great gust of loud wreck ranged high through the air. They roused and shook the whole sky. The mayor called through the howling, mad hula babaloo, "Hey, Horton, how's this? Is our sound coming through?" And Horton called back, "I can hear you just fine, but the kangaroo's ears aren't as strong quite as mine. They don't hear a thing. Are you sure all your boys are doing their best? Are they all making noises? Are you sure every who down in Whoville is working? Quick, look through your town. Is anyone shrieking?" Yeah, see, look. He's talking to Horton, and I'm guessing the kangaroo's ears not as strong as his. Through the town rushed the mayor from the east to the west, but everyone seemed to be doing his best. Everyone seemed to be yapping or yipping. Everyone seemed to be beeping and bipping. But it wasn't enough. All this ruckus and roar, he had to find someone to help him make more. He raced through each building. He searched floor to floor. See, there goes Mr. Mayor. See, there he goes. Trying to find somebody. So I wonder who could that somebody be. And just as he felt he was grading nowhere and almost about to give up in despair, he suddenly burst through the door that Mayor discovered one shrieker, quite hidden away in the Fairfax apartment 12J. A very small shrieker named Jojo was just standing and bouncing a yo-yo, not making a sound, not yipping, not a chirp. And the mayor rushed inside and grabbed the young twerp. Yep. See, there it is right there. There he is right there. So the mayor was like, I hope this works. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And he climbed with the land in the Elfberg Tower. This, cried the mayor, is your town's darkest hour. The time for all who have blood that is red to come to the aid of their country. He said, we've got to make noises in the greater amount. So open your mouth, lad. For every voice counts. Thus she spoke and climbed. When they got to the top, the lad cleared his throat and shouted out, "Yuppie!" Yep, see, look. See there he is grabbing that. And he's like shouting. So do you think this will work? Let's find out what happens. And that yup, that one extra small yup put it over finally at last. From the speck of on that clover, their voices were heard. They rang out clear and clean, and the others smiled. Do you see what I mean? They proved they are persons, no matter how small, and their world was saved by the smallest of all. How true, yes, how true, to the big kangaroo. And from now on, you know what I'm planning to do. From now on, I'm going to protect them with you. And the young kangaroo in her pouch said, see there's Horton show proving to everyone. Everyone's like, you're right. Yeah, and yep. Everyone is like, wow. And I wonder what the baby kangaroo is going to say. Let's find out. Me too. From the sun in the summer, from the rain when it's fallish, I'm going to protect them no matter how small. See? And that's where they're going to do, protect those small people in the Whoville. So yeah, I highly recommend this book, and this is perfect for National Hearing Day. So it doesn't matter how big or small person anybody is, you have to protect them. So I hope you enjoyed today's story. Bye, everyone.